My friends, there is a law in life as old as the mountains. The more you reveal, the more you weaken the power of your own plans. Words are seeds, plant them in the wrong soil, and they will never grow. Too many lives have been stripped of their greatness because their secrets were handed to careless ears. If you wish to rise to the highest peaks of success, learn the art of keeping your mouth shut until the work is done. Your dreams are like rare jewels formed in the deepest parts of your mind. They are personal, fragile in their early stages, and can be easily damaged if handled carelessly. When you speak about them too soon or to the wrong people, you open the door for doubt to creep in, often disguised as advice or concern. These seeds of uncertainty can take root before your idea has the strength to grow on its own. Protecting your dreams means keeping them close until they are ready to face the light of the world. The more you treasure them in silence, the more power they gather. Not everyone who listens to you wishes you well. Some may smile in your presence, but quietly hope to see you stumble. When you share your plans openly, you may unknowingly give them the very information they can use to slow you down or poison your confidence. Words are powerful, and in the wrong hands, they can be twisted into weapons against you. True wisdom is knowing that discernment is not about being cold or distrustful, but about being strategic with your trust. Silence can be one of your strongest allies. It shields you from unnecessary interference and keeps your opponents guessing. When no one knows what you are building, they cannot plot against it. This quiet space allows you to focus completely, without the noise of outside opinions clouding your vision. It gives you the mental clarity to work with pure intention and move forward without the weight of other people's doubts or judgments pulling you backward. There is also a subtle danger in speaking too soon the illusion of progress. Talking about a goal can create a small burst of satisfaction in your mind, tricking you into feeling you've already achieved something. That false sense of accomplishment can drain the urgency and hunger that drive real results. Success requires energy, focus, and relentless action, not just the excitement of telling others what you intend to do. By keeping your plans to yourself, you preserve that inner fire until the work is truly complete. Your time and energy are resources that cannot be endlessly spent. Every moment you spend explaining, defending, or convincing others is a moment taken from actual creation and execution. Protect your energy by investing it where it matters most in the work itself. Your future depends on how well you direct this energy, and scattering it on needless conversations weakens your forward momentum. Keep your focus tight, your circle small, and your actions deliberate. When your work is ready, let it speak for itself. Results have a power that words cannot match. Achievements cannot be denied, and success displayed through action silences both doubters and critics. When the time comes for your efforts to be seen, the impact will be far greater than any speech you could have given beforehand. Until then, let the mystery build. There is a quiet respect that surrounds those who move without announcing every step, and that respect becomes another layer of protection around your vision. If you want, I can now expand all 10 points from the speech in the same 6-paragraph flowing style, so it becomes a complete, longer, inspirational talk that would make it perfect for a YouTube delivery. Would you like me to do that next? There is a dangerous assumption that everyone who shows you a smile or applauds your progress has your best interest at heart. In reality, some of those gestures hide quiet resentment or hidden envy. People often wear the mask of support while secretly waiting for an opportunity to see you falter. This is why carelessness with your words can become a tool in their hands. The more you tell them about your plans, your strategies, or even your struggles, the more they know exactly where your vulnerabilities lie. When someone wishes you well in public but harbors ill intentions in private, they do not need to confront you directly to cause harm. All they require is enough information to sow seeds of doubt, pass along misleading advice, or subtly undermine your confidence. Sometimes it happens through casual remarks that plant uncertainty in your mind, and other times through calculated actions that interfere with your progress. The damage they cause often feels small in the moment but compounds over time, chipping away at your resolve. Protecting yourself from this kind of sabotage requires awareness and discipline. It means learning to recognize when sharing is no longer genuine connection, but rather exposure of your inner workings to someone who has not earned that privilege. You cannot control the intentions of others, but you can control the access they have to your plans. The less they know, the fewer opportunities they have to derail your progress. It is also important to remember that ill intent is not always loud or obvious. Some people will never openly oppose you. They prefer the quiet satisfaction of seeing you make a misstep without their direct involvement. By oversharing, you unknowingly give them a front row seat to your challenges and failures. This is why selective silence becomes a powerful tool. It denies them the vantage point they need to watch you struggle. Keeping your life's details close does not mean isolating yourself or becoming suspicious of everyone. It means respecting the boundary between trust and vulnerability. You can still share joy, victories, and lessons with others, but in a way that does not reveal the core of your strategy or the heart of your dreams. This balance allows you to enjoy healthy relationships while still safeguarding the parts of your journey that must remain protected. When you understand that not all applause is genuine, you stop feeling obligated to explain every move you make. You begin to see that the best form of protection is not confrontation, but discretion. Let your results surprise people, and let your silence guard you from the invisible hands that would gladly pull you back if they could. In this way, you move forward without carrying the extra weight of their hidden intentions. Silence acts as an invisible barrier between you and the chaos of the outside world. When you choose to keep your movements discreet, you remove the possibility for others to interfere prematurely. People cannot attack what they cannot identify, and they cannot block a path they do not know you are walking. This protective quiet gives you space to think, adapt, and refine your approach without constant scrutiny or commentary from those who may not understand your vision. It is in this hidden space that the strongest foundations are built. When you operate under silence, you gain the advantage of surprise. Most opposition comes when your plans are visible and predictable. But when no one knows your next step, they cannot prepare a counter to it. This unpredictability keeps your detractors guessing and prevents them from undermining you before your ideas even take form. It is like moving under a cover of night. The fewer lights you shine on your intentions, the less vulnerable you become to outside disruption. Silence also strengthens your focus. Every conversation you avoid about your plans is one less opportunity for distraction. Explaining yourself repeatedly or defending your vision to skeptics can chip away at your mental energy, leaving you drained before you even act. By choosing not to reveal every detail, you preserve the clarity and stamina needed to keep pushing forward. It is easier to maintain momentum when you are not pausing every step to respond to questions, opinions, or doubts. There is a psychological power in withholding information. When people cannot see your progress, they begin to speculate. This curiosity often works in your favor, creating a sense of mystery and respect around your actions. Instead of diminishing your authority, your silence can enhance it, making your eventual results seem even more impressive when revealed. It shifts the narrative from "we saw it coming" to "how did they do that?" And that shift alone can change the way others perceive you. Keeping your work shielded does not mean you operate in isolation or mistrust everyone around you. It means you are selective about what you reveal and when you reveal it. You may share small, non-essential updates to maintain healthy relationships or collaboration, but the core of your strategy remains under wraps until it is solid enough to withstand any challenge. This selective sharing ensures that you are never caught off guard by those who might use your openness against you. In the end, silence is not a weakness but a discipline. It is the conscious choice to protect what matters most until it is ready to stand on its own. The world cannot destroy what it cannot touch, and it cannot touch what it cannot see. By allowing your work to grow in the safety of silence, you give it the best possible chance to reach its full potential before unveiling it to the light of the world. There is a strange trap hidden in the act of talking about your goals. When you speak of them with excitement and detail, your mind begins to experience a small rush of accomplishment, as if the work has already been done. This illusion is dangerous because it can replace the urgency and drive you need with a sense of false satisfaction. The more vividly you talk about a future achievement, the more your brain rewards you with the feeling of success, even though nothing has truly been built yet. That fleeting satisfaction can quietly weaken your hunger. Instead of feeling the fire to get up early, work late, and push through challenges, you might start feeling as if you have already crossed the finish line. This softens your determination and makes it easier to delay action. Many dreams have died in this quiet space between intention and execution, where the excitement of telling others was enough to pacify the dreamer into doing less. It is far better to use that energy to create rather than to talk. Every ounce of motivation should be channeled into action that moves you closer to your goal. When you work in silence, you avoid triggering that false reward, keeping your mind sharp and your ambition alive. You stay connected to the reality that nothing is achieved until it exists in the physical world, not just in conversation. By holding your plans close, you maintain an inner tension, a hunger that refuses to be satisfied until the result is real. This tension is not a burden, it is the fuel that keeps you moving when the process feels slow or uncertain. It reminds you that you still have something to prove, not to others, but to yourself. That private accountability pushes you to show up day after day, even when no one is watching. When the work is finally complete, the satisfaction you feel will be pure and lasting because it comes from real achievement, not the echo of imagined success. The applause will be sweeter because it is rooted in something tangible, something you built with your own hands and effort. By resisting the urge to announce your plans too soon, you protect the very force that makes achievement possible, your hunger to turn ideas into reality. Your energy is the most valuable currency you possess, more precious than time or money, because it determines the quality of everything you do. Each day, you only have so much of it to spend, and once it is gone, it cannot be replaced until you rest and recover. When you waste it on unnecessary explanations, constant justifications, or announcing every move you make, you are spending that currency on things that bring no real return. Like a careless spender who wonders why their account is empty, you can find yourself drained before you have invested in the work that truly matters. Every conversation about your plans requires mental focus, emotional involvement, and often a subtle level of self-defense. Even when people respond positively, you are still giving a piece of your attention away. When they respond with doubt or criticism, you spend even more energy defending your vision or reassuring yourself afterward. These small withdrawals may seem harmless in the moment, but over time they take a toll, leaving you with less strength to devote to actual creation and execution. Protecting your energy means learning to direct it with intention. Instead of scattering it on endless discussions, channel it into the tasks that move you closer to your goal. A focused hour of undistracted work can accomplish more than a day filled with explanations and meetings that serve only to satisfy curiosity. The energy you save by avoiding unnecessary conversations becomes the fuel that powers longer stretches of deep, productive effort. When you view your energy like a bank account, you begin to see that not all withdrawals are equal. Some conversations or actions may be worth the cost because they provide knowledge, opportunity, or genuine encouragement. Others are like reckless spending, they drain you without adding anything of value. This awareness allows you to be more selective, choosing carefully where and how you invest your mental and emotional resources. The discipline to conserve energy also gives you a powerful advantage over those who exhaust themselves in constant talk. While they are busy explaining and defending, you are building and progressing. This quiet, consistent investment compounds over time, creating results that others cannot match because they have spent their strength on everything except the work itself. In the end, your achievements are the interest earned on the wise investment of your energy. By refusing to waste it on needless explanations, you preserve it for the moments when it can produce the greatest return. Every hour, every drop of effort saved from distraction becomes part of the foundation on which your success is built, and that success will speak louder than any announcement you could have made along the way. People's opinions are as unstable as the wind, shifting without warning and rarely blowing in the same direction for long. What someone praises you for today may be the very thing they criticize you for tomorrow. If you allow your decisions to be shaped by these constant changes, you will find yourself endlessly adjusting your course, never making steady progress toward your own vision. Instead of walking with purpose, you will drift, always reacting to the gusts around you rather than steering yourself forward. Seeking approval can seem harmless at first, even encouraging, but it quietly takes control away from you. Every time you pause to consider whether people will like or agree with your next step, you hand over a piece of your direction to them. Soon, you may not even realize that the path you're on is no longer your own. It has been shaped by the desires, fears, and opinions of others. This robs you of the satisfaction that comes from living authentically and making choices rooted in your own values. When you make decisions based on your own principles, you move with a steadiness that outside approval can never provide. You are no longer at the mercy of shifting trends or temporary applause. Instead, you stand firm, guided by an internal compass that does not sway with every change in the social weather. This steadiness is what allows true progress because it is built on consistency rather than on constantly starting over to please the crowd. There will always be people who misunderstand your actions or disagree with your choices. If you let their voices define you, you will spend your life trying to please an audience that cannot even decide what it wants. Strength lies in listening without surrendering, considering feedback without abandoning your core. This way, you remain open to growth while still holding fast to the vision that belongs to you alone. The greatest journeys are taken by those who can walk in a straight line despite the swirling winds around them. By grounding yourself in purpose, rather than in the fleeting approval of others, you free yourself from the exhausting task of constantly changing to fit shifting expectations. In that freedom, you gain the clarity and persistence needed to reach your true destination, the one chosen by your own heart, not dictated by the temporary breeze of public opinion. There is a certain power in allowing your work to be the voice that tells your story. When results stand on their own, they carry a weight and credibility that no amount of explanation can match. You do not need to persuade anyone to believe in you when your accomplishments are in plain sight. Like a tree that quietly grows until it bears fruit, your efforts speak most clearly when they produce something tangible. The world may doubt words, but it cannot deny what it can see and touch. When you let your achievements do the talking, you avoid the traps that come with overpromising or raising expectations too soon. Many people fall into the habit of speaking about what they will do before they have done it, and when the results fail to match the talk, their credibility is damaged. By keeping quiet until the work is complete, you build a reputation for delivering rather than just intending. Over time, people will come to know you as someone whose silence is not emptiness, but preparation. There is also an undeniable satisfaction in revealing your success only when it is ready. You work in the shadows, facing challenges that no one else sees, and then one day the results appear without warning. This sudden unveiling carries an impact that constant updates can never match. It turns heads, stirs curiosity, and earns respect because people recognize that you have been moving forward without seeking attention. It is the element of surprise that magnifies the achievement, Allowing your work to speak is also a way of protecting your focus. When you are not constantly talking about what you are doing, you remain more deeply engaged with the doing itself. You are not distracted by opinions, doubts, or outside pressures that can distort your vision. This quiet focus creates stronger results because every bit of your energy is going into the creation rather than into managing other people's perceptions of it. In time, this practice builds trust with those who observe your journey. People begin to associate your name with consistency and follow through. They learn that if you say nothing, it is because you are working, and when you finally present something, it will be worth their attention. This reputation becomes one of your greatest assets, drawing opportunities to you without the need for constant self-promotion. Ultimately, results are the most persuasive argument you will ever make. Words may fade, promises may be forgotten, but the reality you create remains. When the fruit appears on the tree, it is a testament not just to the seed, but to the quiet care, patience, and persistence that brought it to life. And in that moment, your success speaks louder than any speech you could have given along the way. Mystery has a way of commanding attention without you having to demand it. When people cannot fully read your intentions or predict your next move, they become naturally curious. They begin to watch more closely, trying to understand how you operate and what drives you forward. This quiet observation often grows into respect, because there is something inherently powerful about a person who does not reveal everything yet still manages to advance steadily. It signals self-control, discipline, and a level of confidence that does not need constant validation. When your actions are unpredictable, you also make it harder for others to interfere with your progress. Those who might wish to slow you down cannot plan against what they cannot foresee. This unpredictability gives you the freedom to move strategically, adjusting your path without anyone anticipating your steps. It turns your progress into a private game of strategy where you hold all the cards and decide exactly when and how to reveal them. Mystery also adds a certain weight to your presence. People are drawn to what they do not fully understand, and when you move with quiet purpose, it creates a sense of depth around you. Instead of being just another person talking about their plans, you become someone whose silence speaks volumes. People may not know your exact methods, but they sense that you are in control of them, and that perception alone can influence how you are treated. Maintaining this sense of mystery requires the discipline to resist the urge to overshare. It is tempting to explain yourself or to prove your worth by listing your intentions and efforts, but true power comes from knowing you do not need to. You let your steady actions and consistent progress do the work, while leaving enough unseen that others must wonder how you manage it all. This balance between visibility and secrecy keeps your influence alive. In the long run, mystery not only protects your plans but also strengthens your reputation. The people who watch you will associate you with capability, precision, and quiet strength. They will remember not just what you achieved, but the way you moved toward it, deliberate, unpredictable, and unshaken by outside noise, and that memory will earn you a respect far deeper than anything you could have gained by explaining yourself along the way. The strongest people throughout history have understood that revealing everything too soon can weaken their position. They mastered the art of holding back information until it served a purpose, recognizing that timing is just as important as the message itself. By speaking only when it was necessary, they preserved the weight of their words and ensured that when they did share something, it carried real impact. This ability to control information was not born from fear, but from a deep understanding of strategy and self-preservation. They knew that not everyone is worthy of hearing certain truths. Some people have neither the wisdom nor the integrity to handle delicate information, and placing it in their hands is like leaving a valuable jewel in an unguarded street. The wise understand that knowledge can be both a tool and a weapon, depending on who possesses it, and they make sure it is entrusted only to those who have proven themselves worthy through loyalty, discretion, and respect. This approach also protected them from unnecessary challenges. When you keep certain details hidden, you deny opponents the chance to prepare a counterattack. History is filled with examples of leaders, inventors, and visionaries who worked quietly behind the scenes, unveiling their plans only when they were strong enough to withstand scrutiny or opposition. In doing so, they gave themselves the advantage of surprise, often catching others unprepared and unable to react in time. Knowing when to speak and when to remain silent is a discipline that requires patience. It can be tempting to share progress or seek validation, but those who achieve lasting success understand that such impulses must be controlled. They are willing to wait until the right moment arrives, when their work or message will be most effective, and the environment will be most receptive. This patience often separates those who succeed from those who fade before their time. In the end, the value of secrecy lies not in hiding for the sake of hiding, but in protecting what matters until it is ready to stand on its own. The strongest people know that once a truth is spoken, it cannot be taken back, and once a plan is revealed, it becomes vulnerable. By guarding their words and choosing carefully when and to whom they speak, they give themselves the greatest chance to see their vision fulfilled exactly as they intend. Your life is like a kingdom, and everything you dream, plan, and work toward forms the foundation upon which it stands. Just as a wise ruler would never leave the gates wide open to strangers, you must be mindful of who gains entry into your personal world. Every detail you share about your ambitions, struggles, or progress is like allowing someone to step into your territory. Some may come with good intentions, but others may bring carelessness, distraction, or even harm, whether intentional or not. When you grant unlimited access to your inner world, you risk exposing the most fragile parts of your plans before they are strong enough to withstand challenges. Thieves may come in the form of those who steal your ideas. Destroyers may be the voices that undermine your confidence, and time wasters may distract you with endless talk that leads nowhere. Each one chips away at the integrity of your kingdom, weakening the walls you have worked so hard to build. Closing the gates does not mean shutting yourself away from the world or rejecting all connection. It means choosing carefully who is allowed in and for what purpose. It is the discipline of creating boundaries that protect your vision while still allowing room for meaningful alliances. The right people can help strengthen your kingdom, but the wrong ones can erode it before it even reaches its full potential. Building in silence gives your foundation time to set without interference. It allows you to work without the noise of constant judgment or distraction. Like a palace rising behind protective walls, your progress can grow stronger and more beautiful away from the eyes of those who might wish to rush, reshape, or ruin it. Patience and privacy give your work the best chance to flourish into something truly remarkable. When the palace is finally complete, that is the moment to open the gates and let the world see what you have built. By revealing your success only when it is ready, you allow your achievements to speak for themselves with all the strength, elegance, and authority they deserve. The trumpet will sound louder because it marks the unveiling of something whole, something worthy, something that could only have been created through the protection and care you gave it in the hidden stages. So I say to you, speak less, do more. Stop giving the world a blueprint to your life. Work in quiet confidence, and let the noise come only from the thunder of your results.